Hi guys, it's Glam by Sophie again. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. So I'm going to be showing you how I created this beautiful look from start to finish. So give this video a thumbs up, like, comment, subscribe to the channel so you keep seeing beautiful content like this. Just to make sure I'm working on a clean canvas, I'll be cleaning the face first with my micellar water and my facial wipes. You can use your cotton swab instead. You can also use a cotton wool, but I prefer using facial wipes. So you clean the face thoroughly, make sure the face is dirt free before you go into your skin prep. Next, I went in with my toner to also clean the face. This step is not compulsory, it can be skipped if you do not own a toner. For the moisturizer, I use this lexxisso moisturizer, which I find very ideal for oily skin, and it's now my new favorite for oily skin. So I put the moisturizer all over the face, using my skin prep brush to apply it evenly all over the face. After which I go in with my hands, to add more moisturizer under the eye. Remember that place needs to be properly hydrated. Then I like to massage the moisturizer into the skin very well with my hand. So this is like a very small process that is very therapeutic. Next, I went in with my sunscreen. Also, sunscreen is not compulsory. Sunscreen can be skipped, right? But make sure you are using a sunscreen that is wearable under makeup. It is not all sunscreen you can use under makeup. Like there are some that gets unnecessary very oily. This one needs oil control and it dries down matte as well. That is why I love using it. So I use it for all skin types because I love the effects. Yet again, I went into massaging the sunscreen with my hand. See, you cannot overemphasize how well or how much your hand does when you are doing your skin prep. Your brush would not necessarily massage this product into the skin, but your hands will do magic. So if you know you've not been using your hands, dear sisters, try it today, right? Try it and you'll like it. Then I went in with my mattifying primer all over the face except under eye, because she has like an oily skin, so I need the whole face to be mattified. Massage the primer directly to the areas where I want it. Make sure it's not leaving any white cast. Blending properly. Then I went in with my oil and sweat block for the T-zones as well as the other part of the face to further control shine. You want to make sure you are just dabbing when you are doing this. Don't smudge, don't swipe. Dab. Yeah, but do not forget the brow area as well. Make sure your oil and sweat block dries. Then I went in with the lip moisturizer to soften her lips so that when I want to do the lip will be well moisturized. Lastly, I use my primer spray to just support everything that I've been doing. This is just an extra layer of support, nothing too serious. Now I'm going into the skin work. This is my colorway, and here it's me trying to identify her undertone using my colorway so that I can easily get her foundation swatch. But for this video, I intentionally picked a foundation that is not a shade. So when I mix the two foundations, I got these different shades, right? So which do you think is our exact skin tone watching from the video? So this is me still using the colorway to identify each of the undertones I got from swatching both, and as you can see, they all have different undertones, but those are two foundations that I mix in different proportions to get that. So after picking the one I want, I additionally went for this shade to show you how to color correct. Now the knowledge of color wheel is very important. So if you do not know anything about color wheel, do well to get my academy handout. It is detailed and it is self-explanatory. You are going to enjoy it. I also have a video down on this channel where I taught color wheel and explain how it works. So this is me color correcting the foundation because you can see how yellow the undertone of the foundation is way too yellow. So to color correct that, I used a purple it can be a purple lipstick, it can be a purple concealer, purple whatever color that you have to color correct the foundation. Yeah, it looks like a shade, but it is not. Trust me, this foundation is not super light. It is just the undertone of the foundation that is too yellow. I mean, you can see the two foundations I held from the beginning, but by the time I color corrected it, see how it blends with our skin. So color correcting is very important. You don't have to buy all the shades of foundation in the market. You don't have to buy every foundation that comes up. Whatever you have, you should be able to work with them if you know knowledge of color theory. So this is me still color correcting the other side, you know, putting my purple lip stains, mixing it with my foundation very well, and then just keep blending till you get the skin like finish you desire. In as much as you're trying to color correct, you have to be careful you are not putting too much purple concealer. That way you would not entirely change the undertone from yellow to purple. If you mistakenly do this, then you have to go back with your yellow color corrector or your yellow concealer to bring the undertone back. Then I went in with my cream blush, applying it with the side of the beauty blender which I use for the foundation. Apply the cream brush on the areas of the cheekbones, the apples on the cheek. As usual, I mix two colors of my lip stain together, blush I want. Now for the highlights, like I said, I do not apply concealer directly to the face anymore. So what I do is I just put it on my spatula, then I just tap in with my beauty blender, go right into the process. There's one thing I don't like about this highlighting, like spreading concealer everywhere. The process just looks so unattractive. It looks messy. It just doesn't come out fine, in videos or whatever. But then, since I started doing this process, I'm now beginning to enjoy highlighting technique because each process doesn't feel unattractive anymore. It feels so fine. You can see how the face is not looking rough in a way. So after blending the highlight on the areas where I want, I now go in with my finishing powder to of course set the highlights. Now another importance of applying your concealer directly before setting is it prevents your concealer from over drying out. For instance, you're using a super matte concealer. If you apply a super matte concealer directly on the face, like everywhere you want to highlight, and then go back into blending, by the time you're done blending with some parts and heading to other parts, you figure out that those parts you tried blending out last has dried up already. That's because the concealer is too matte. But using this process, that can be avoided. Then I went in with my translucent setting powder to further eliminate shine and give the highlights a popping effect. This is an invisible step, so make sure you totally blend out all the white casts from the powder. So all that went into everywhere I highlighted. For the contour or your bronzing, I'm using this dark shade from my Beauty palette. Then I went into snatching the nose. Make sure you have a defined nose contouring, a defined Y. That will give you that slant and well pointed nose. It is important that you do not hang your hand on the air while you are doing the nose contouring. Relax your hand on the face. If you prep your skin well, if you do your skin work well, no matter how much your hands or your fingers touch the face, it is not going to lift your makeup, guys. Anytime you see that you place your finger on the face and it lifts your makeup, just know that it's wrong. Your blending, your prep and everything is wrong. Your face is supposed to dry down flat at this point. So I can conveniently place my hands on the face. Most times when I'm working, my clients and my models will even place their hands on their jaw, and it doesn't even leave any trace or mark. I went in with my powder blush to add more warmth to the face, and as usual I mixed the two colors I wanted. I mixed orange and red to achieve this effect, and I love how beautiful it is. I am big on blush, which means I am very generous when it comes to blush. I use enough, I use a lot. Then I went in with my finishing powder, mixed those 2 shades to get the exact shade I need for her skin. Setting the entire part of the face, excluding the highlight. Just before you notice that I skipped the brow process on this video, that is because this video was getting too long. So I'll be posting the brow tutorial, only the brow tutorial, in the next video. So do well to watch that video, guys. It's very beautiful, very detailed. You can see how fine the brow is, Abby. You know what miss time, so watch the next video. You know what your baking does. Give you a popping highlight, prevents your eyeshadow fallout from staining the face, further mattify the under eye. So if you know your client has a dry skin, skip this process, it is not necessary. But if she has an oily skin or a combination skin, then you can do this, as it will further mattify those areas. Going into the eyeshadow now, I'm applying my eyeshadow base. It could be your concealer, it could be an eyeshadow base or an eyeshadow primer, and I'm just blending that out well before I proceed into the eyeshadow. At this point, guys, if you're still watching, please, that means you're enjoying this video. Please subscribe to the channel. It will be so lovely to have you join us, and it will also encourage me to keep out creating content. Guys, this is past 1 a.m. and I am still up editing this video. That's because of the love I have for you all. So kindly subscribe to the channel, like, comment, share my videos. Thank you. So for the eyeshadow, I did 2 eyeshadow combo monochromatic, and I used the color blue. So I'm using blue in 2 different shades for the look I was trying to create. I'm using that with my shimmer brush. Do you know that if you want to get a more pigmented shimmer, then you need to clean your brush, like wet your shimmer brush with your wipes, and the eyeshadow colors will be more pigmented as you are applying it. So consecutively you can clean your brushes as you are applying the shimmer eyeshadow. Then I went in with this wine shade for the transition. You know, I could have used the color blue, but I changed my mind along the process to just, because I want the eyes to pop a little bit, to be more colorful. So I went in with that wine to do the transition using my eyeshadow blending brush or my transition brush. Blend properly, eliminate harsh line between the shimmer and matte. Then I went in with a brown shade to just further blacken or deepen the one I applied. So you're going to give me a brown and wine kind of shade. Do the same thing on the other side. Blend out harsh lines between the brow bone and the eyeshadow. You can clean your brush so you go in with a lighter shade to blend it out. I went back with my shimmer to make sure that my shimmer is still in place and it's still popping as much as I want. Guys, I have not forgotten that I said I was going to drop a detailed video on how to calculate your cost as a makeup artist so you do not underprice or overcharge your client. I'm still going to drop that video soon. This week, by God's grace, I'm going to be doing a proper spreadsheet on how you can do that. So if you know you do not want to miss that video, because I promise you it's going to be detailed. You should be experiencing difficulty, or you don't know how to price, you don't know how to calculate your costing and all that, you need to see that video. So and turn on your notification bell, subscribe, so that once I post that video you'll be the first to get notified. Yeah, so for the under eye, I went in with the same wine and brown to put on the lower eyelid, just to add a little bit of color there. If you know me, you know that I do not skip this process. I'm always adding color to the lower eyelid. So that is it. I use wine and black, and you can see how beautiful it is. Look at the difference between both eyes. So I did the same thing on the other eyes. After which I decided to give the eyes a lift by making the outer corner of the eye pop and stretched upwards. You can achieve this using a very light shade of powder, using your setting powder or the baking powder you use, or you can also achieve that using a concealer that is a shade lighter than her skin tone. So in this case, I used a finishing powder in white and a very bright color. I just mixed both of them, and you need to do this with a very flat brush. You need to do this with a very flat brush so you can see how the eye is being lifted. Then I went ahead to fixing the eyelashes on the lash band. No matter how I try to make sure this process shows very well, it's either I'm covering it with my hands or whatever. Anyway guys, that is just my own way. So for the waterline, I use this Palette Beauty black gel and a very flat, small, angled brush for the waterline. Make sure your hands are steady when you are doing this. For the record, if you notice that your model or your client has a teary eye, please get off the setting powder before you do this. That means you should dust off your setting powder or press it in whichever method you prefer before you fill in the waterline, because if she tears up and it drops on the setting powder, it's going to be difficult for you to correct that. But if the setting powder is not there, I'm referring to the baking powder now, if it is not there, it's going to be easier for you to let the tears dry up, then you do your magic that way. So I can fill in the outline, the waterline. I can fill in the waterline 2 to 3 times to get the intensity of color I need, because the ones doesn't really show that much. Then you do the tight lining. Skip this process if she has a teary eye. It's better to avoid it than to be sorry. Right, so yeah, I'm dusting off my setting powder, basically pressing it in. That is the method I like to use, and you can see how bright and beautiful the under eye is. I do the same process on the other side. Went back with my nose contour brush to eliminate harsh line between the baking powder and the nose contour. So guys, please engage with me in the comment section. Most people are not engaging. Be saying something. Let me know if I'm getting this right. Let me know if you are enjoying this. Let me know if there are things I need to work on, the kind of videos that you want me to shoot or what you're looking out for, right? Engage with me in the comments. Let me know your thoughts, please. So I went back with my finishing powder just to do finishing touches. Then for the glow, I use this Bicham glow kit, and I'm just applying it on areas where I want to highlight. For the nose, I know say no be only me like to use my fingertips. if people like us to be prosecuted, then I'm guilty as charged. I just so much love using my fingertips to apply glow at the peak of the nose. I just love it so much. So that's me applying the glow at the peak of the nose and in between the eyes. I apply glow too on the cupid bow just so it can shine. So I apply with one finger and then I blend with another finger. Cleaned off the lip moisturizer on the lips. Went ahead to apply the glow in preparation for the lip stain. It is so exciting, like seeing how beautiful this makeup is. You see that every process reveals something beautiful, something magnificent, right? Every process does. So that is me using a setting spray. Basically guys, I use about 4 sprays for a session. So tell me why the makeup will lift. Tell me why the makeup will not last. First, I use a primer spray. Secondly, I'm using a setting spray to set the makeup. Thirdly, I use a fixing spray. And then fourthly, I use a seal and lock spray only on oily / combination / normal skin, never on a dry skin, right? So I'm doing the lip right now, outlining the lips, following the shape of her lips using a very flat lip brush and my lip stains. So I use the lip stains to outline the lips. I'm not so much of a fan of lip definer, what do they call it, all those pencil lip liner. It's not just my thing. You can't even find one among my kids anyway. So I'm outlining the lips this way, starting from the upper lip line, the left side of it, down to the lower lip line. Guys, I have a video on my Instagram channel and TikTok channel where I posted a lip tutorial, and I think I dropped a note on how matte stains and lip stains and glossy lips works. So I explained in detail the difference between a matte lips and a glossy lips. You should see that video. I'm going to drop a link to that video down in the description box, so if you feel the need to see that video, just click on it and it will direct you to the post. Also a link to my TikTok, a link to my Instagram, Facebook, and my WhatsApp will also be in the description box. So if you want to connect with me on these other platforms, kindly check them out and drop the link and send a message or whatever. Guys, do not forget that I have a detailed handout that you are missing. Or no, it is, see, I've sold over how many copies of this handout from different countries all over the world. I've sold, of course, in my home place, Nigeria. I've sold to Cameroonians, I've sold to Ghanaians, I've sold to people in Dubai, to US, to UK, to Burkina Faso, to Gambia, some countries I can't remember. So tell me why you know, but it is very, very important. Even if you cannot afford an online class with me at the moment, or you are not financially ready for an online class at the moment, that handout would guide you. So that is my perfect ombre lips, and I'll just keep working. One thing is, don't stop until you look pleasing in your eyes, right? The goal is, for your wearer to appear beautiful, to stand out. So I just keep doing. Initially, I wanted to stop at the orange that I used, but then I was like, it's not giving as much as I want. So what did I do? I had to brighten up the middle part, and I kept on, brightening it up, adding white, adding that cream color you're seeing, till I got the results I wanted. Basically, blending, adding and removing, till I was satisfied. Yeah. So what I do is I look properly. I can even go back like a few inches backwards just to look at how she looks from a distance. Right. So you blend very well. After which I proceeded to set the lips, because I use a lip palette, the lip is not fully set, it won't last this way. So to make it last, I have to set the lips. You can set the lips with your eyeshadow or with your powder. If you have the exact color in your powder, fine. If you don't have the exact color in your powder, check your eyeshadow. My eyeshadow is always my go-to unless I do a nude lips where I will require taking shades from my powder palette to set. I sculpture the lips, then I'm applying my cheek glaze, right? After which, if you do not have a cheek glaze, there's a trick that you can use. I'm going to be sharing that trick in my other videos, so stay tuned, guys. So this video is coming to an end, and once again I want to remind you, please, if you're not subscribed, don't be stingy with your subscribe button. Subscribe, don't be stingy, subscribe. That is the third spray. Subscribe, please. Subscribe. Help us to grow. We love you. Maybe you don't love me. So that's my mascara. With your steady hands, be careful. Do small, let that rest. Go back, let that rest. I can repeat my mascara up to 3 times, 4 times. That is stuff. Do not forget to always clean the upper lashes when you're done with your mascara application, just in case the mascara stains the upper lashes. Because if you don't clean it up and she closes her eyes,
it will just stain our skin, well, which is not, very, very bad. It's correctable, but then to just save time, clean it up. You see, I'm going in again. So most times I can let it dry before I go again. There's also a trick to getting a very longer lower eyelashes. I would also share that in another video. So you see why you need to stick to this channel. There's a lot to learn at no cost. Learn at the comfort of your homes. There's a lot to learn. So subscribe and stick to the channel. Turn your notification bell so you do not miss any posts. This is just, I'll be putting my eyeliner on the upper eyelid. Not very compulsory. Most times I don't do it because I fix my lashes neatly. You would think I already did the eyeliner. I want the line to be as thin as possible and not fat. And yeah, that was it. Then I cleaned off the lashes, just what I mentioned. I always do that. I don't want to hear stories. And finally, the last spray. This is the seal and lock spray I talked about. This locks in your makeup, keep it in place all day. And I'm quite generous with it. Then just to spice up the look, I had to put this. In Nigeria, here we call it God mark. So I had to fake it. Fake it till you make it. Fake it till you make it. And then of course, I faked nose ring for her. Alright, I just use the tiny stone to fake a nose ring. By the way, this my student looks so gorgeous. She looks so beautiful. Try to get fine students. You see them. You get fine students, you get why. Then I use a blue glitter liner for the outer lines too, or the lower eyelid. Just looking for ways to spice up the eyes. So at this point, guys, this video is coming to an end. Let me know if you learned something, if you learned one or two. And don't forget, I said I'll be uploading a screen record on my laptop on how I do my costing using Google Sheets. So this brings us to the end of this look, guys. If you have a question, drop it down in the comment section. Connect with me via the links I'll post in the description box. Let me know if there's any look you'd like me to create next. So till next time, see you in the next video. Bye.